So after being fucking really badly annoyed by my whole experience with seeing that movie Smallfoot, I went and saw Venom. This poor movie. It had a lot going against it going into this film, unfortunately. I'm a big fucking fan of the character Venom. So initially I've been excited about this idea, even though I'd rather it be part of the MCU, which I still think it's gonna be. I think they're just the way that they're hem-hawing around it. I'm like, they're gonna eventually make this part of the MCU universe too. I like I said, I was initially really excited about this movie, but then as the reviews popped up late last week, this movie's been getting pretty savagely beaten by critics, some fans. My expectations for this movie were pretty fucking low because of that. I was being optimistic. I'm like, maybe, because I was hearing a lot of the word fun being thrown around. I'm like, I kind of like Predator because it was so stupid it was fun. So maybe this will be like Predator, where I kind of liked it just because of how stupid it was, but also how fun it was. It's like, I'm fine with that. There's always I'm a big fan of those kinds of movies when done right. And like I said, I was just coming off only about 20 minutes after seeing fucking Smallfoot and being pissed because of what the hell happened in there. And also I was sick, and I was getting worse and worse as the day was progressing. I'm like, I contemplated, I was like, I want to fucking go home. I was like, I said, this movie, I said, I feel like I'm going to be giving this movie not a good break or a good review just because I've been so fucking pissed. I'm so pissed and I'm sick, and I was like, this just as a recipe for disaster for me. And you know what? I know I'm going to be unpopular in how I say that, what I got to say, but I had actually a lot of fun watching this fucking movie. You know what? It's not nearly as bad as people are making it out to be. I'm not saying this movie's a fucking classic, a flawless classic, or that this movie doesn't have problems. It does have problems, but you know what? I had fucking a lot of fun watching this movie. And you know what? After that horrible experience with seeing Smallfoot, I had no problem giving this movie a positive fucking review. I'd rather watch this than fucking Smallfoot any goddamn day of the week. Not just because of the fucking movie theater experience. I had more fun, like I said, watching this movie than I had Smallfoot. I mean, yeah, take out the experience that I had with Smallfoot, but like a lot of people have said, and I absolutely fucking agree, the best part of this whole goddamn movie, the only reason that this movie is held together, is fucking Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is great in this movie. Like, if you had somebody else, like, this was probably the best. I remember when I heard that he was being casted as Eddie Brock, I was like, hell yeah, I'm all on board for that. I was like, that is a great casting choice. That's a better casting choice than fucking Topher Grace in Spider-Man 3. Like, I've always wanted to see Venom be given the right justice he deserves as a character on the big screen. Because I was so fucking pissed at Spider-Man 3. And like I said, mainly because of what they did to Venom. Even though I liked the design of Venom and I thought it was really cool, I agree Topher Grace was probably not the greatest choice, but whatever. But that was not my main fucking problem. It was just that Venom was only in it for the last fucking 20 minutes. One of Spider-Man's probably most famous fucking villain, and he's not in the movie for only 20 fucking minutes, and then fucking dies. So Tom Hardy is, like I said, he's fucking great in this movie. And the best parts of this whole goddamn movie, well, everybody's been mentioning, it's like basically Upgrade, like 2.0. Like, I loved Upgrade, and I thought, I'll admit, Upgrade is a lot better than this movie, but a lot more structured of a fucking movie than the fucking Venom is. Upgrade is definitely a lot better. Tom Hardy, the best parts of this fucking movie was the interactions between Tom Hardy and the voice of Venom. That was the funniest shit. I don't care what anybody tells me. Having Venom call him Eddie Brock a fucking pussy and all this other shit, it was making me fucking crack up every damn time. I was the most laughs I had out of this movie. This movie is really fucking funny in parts. Honestly, there's some fucking funny lines in this movie that made me go, that was not bad. Of course, there's that weird ass line that is literally the end of the movie that where he's talking about a turd in the wind. That's literally the end of the fucking movie, by the way. Which I was like, that was weird. That ended on that, but whatever. But like, majority of the shit between Eddie Brock and Venom, them fighting back and forth and what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing with the powers, was fucking hilarious. I really liked it. I thought Michelle Williams was fine too. She's really not given much to do other than just be the love interest in this movie, which is sad. Although she does get a pretty badass moment, because I knew something about this character briefly. I never read much of the comics, but she gets a pretty cool part that should be fan service with what they do with her towards the end. That was pretty cool. I thought the look of Venom was fucking great. I still think it was great. I said it from the first trailer. I was like, I love the look of Venom. That is what Venom should fucking look like. And I didn't mind the look of him in Spider-Man 3. I thought he was fucking great. It looked great in this movie. CGI was a little questionable here and there. Like I said, the symbiote could look a little... When the symbiote was in a room, it was kind of... It did look a little cartoony sometimes. And like when there's parts of the movie where... Towards the end of the movie where you have Venom and Riot fighting each other, it is hard to tell sometimes which is which because they look too goddamn similar. That was kind of a negative about the fucking last half of this movie. I thought that Riz Ahmed was fine. Like, he was just a nothing villain, really. I did find it funny. Like, few things popped in my head while I was watching this movie. One, like, I remember when that movie Life, you remember that movie Life? I don't know how many people remember it. I don't think many people saw that. That one about that was a movie basically that was ripping off Alien. That one with Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, and who was the other girl? Rebecca Ferguson, where they find a specimen from Mars, ends up taking over the ship or something. And everybody kind of speculated when that movie came out that was kind of a prequel to Venom. And then when this movie started and they were talking about it begins with a fucking space shuttle fucking crashing on Earth and it's a part of the Life Foundation, I was like, come on, that can't be a coincidence. Come on. I know the Life Foundation is something from the comics, from what I've heard. But I was like, that can't be a fucking coincidence. Life Foundation is about a space shuttle crashing on Earth. I mean, it didn't do the exact same thing that it did in the end of Life, but I was like, that has to be kind of connect. I would think, but I don't know. I do think that eventually they're gonna do a crossover. They left it open where they could do a crossover with Spider-Man and Venom. I'm pretty certain they'd be stupid not to do it. My feeling is this: while this movie isn't getting good reviews and everything else like that, I'd still keep Tom Hardy. Don't fucking lose Tom Hardy as Venom. That would be the biggest step down if you take him out. If you eventually do a spin-off or a crossover with him and Spider-Man, Venom and Spider-Man, like, don't fucking recast it or anything. I hope they don't. That'd be so fucking awesome. This version of Venom's fucking great. It's pretty fucking fun. And I would love to see him in a Spider-Man movie. Even though this movie, you could tell, was supposed to be an R-rated movie. he literally does bite people's heads off, but they cut away before he actually does it, so you don't fucking see it. He does. He literally bites people's heads off. He kills people multiple times. There's some graphic deaths that happen off screen. It's like, you can fucking tell there's an extended version, R-rated version of this fucking movie. Oh, I bet you $1,000,000 there is. And this movie really wanted to fucking be an R rating, which I don't understand why they didn't do it. Because, I mean, fucking Deadpool did fucking well. I mean, this would have been perfect for an R fucking rating. I mean, this is fucking from the director of Zombieland and, Gangster Squad. And, like, it's just make it a fucking R rating. This movie does also, like I said, when I talk about extended versions, this movie does feel like there's big chunks of this fucking movie missing. Like, I shit you not. This is something that always fucking drives me nuts. This is a good example about how at one point, like, the movie begins where Eddie Brock is a reporter and he's on a television station and he interviews that Riz Ahmed, and he starts asking him really horrible questions, and like I said, there are questions about the horrible shit that he does, and that he's been accused of. And Michelle Williams, he's engaged to Michelle Williams at the beginning of the movie, and he uses some information that she has on a legal case, because she's representing the Life Foundation as a lawyer, and she has some information on, like, the legal case, and he finds it on her computer and decides to use all the stuff that he's being accused of on the legal case to ask him questions about it. And of course that gets her fired and that gets him fired, and then the movie just randomly cuts to 6 months later. I'm like, really? Like, why? Then nothing really seems to have changed, other than Eddie Brock apparently just never got a fucking another job and become a drunk briefly. And Michelle Williams has a new boyfriend and shit like that. It's about it. It's like, seems like there's a lot of this movie, and I think Tom Hardy even said there was like 20 to 30 fucking minutes of this movie that was cut out. You can probably fucking tell. I agree, this movie also is all over the place as far as tone. I think more, though, that this movie was meant to be a comedy than anything, and not to be taken too damn seriously, which I think that was a lot of people's problems, which I was fine with. Like I said, I do agree the tone can be all over the place, but it's fine. It was fine for what it was. Like I said, the bits that were supposed to be funny were fucking funny in my opinion. I fucking enjoyed this movie. It was a fun movie. And you know what? That's all I needed for a Venom movie, was just to have some fucking fun while watching it. I wasn't bored. I wasn't, like, hating this movie. It was, like, there's a lot worse superhero movies out there than this. Fucking Fantastic Four, a recent one. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Batman and Robin tried to be a humorous movie and fucking failed, while this movie was fucking a lot better. It's just like, this movie, I think, got a little bit... The reaction to this movie is a little overblown. Also, guys, I gotta say, I love the mid-credit scene in this fucking... At the end of this movie. It got spoiled for me, unfortunately. What the mid-credit scene... which I was kind of pissed. That was my own fault, but I was kind of pissed I got it spoiled. If you don't know, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there's a fucking big-ass cameo at the end of this fucking movie. It's not Spider-Man, don't worry. I'll say that. It's not Spider-Man. But it's a really big-name actor that pops up at this movie that's never popped up in any MCU movies or anything like that. and it's leading to the mid-credit scene is basically a lead into a new Venom sequel that will fucking finally put, that's all I'm gonna say, finally bring to the big screen one of the most iconic Spider-Man villains ever that has been, fans have been begging and begging and begging. I've never had an opinion one way or another for this character to finally be put on the big screen. It looks like it finally is. And if it's gonna be with this fucking choice of an actor, I'm all on fucking board. Now, I will say this: if they're gonna make a sequel with this character and everything else like that, they gotta make it a little bit more serious in tone, and it's gotta be fucking R-rated. It has to be R-rated. I don't see how this could not be R-rated. I don't know. It probably would suck then, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And maybe you kind of look forward to a fucking sequel. That's like I said, go see Venom. I definitely recommend it. Trailers. I got a lot of new trailers. I'm gonna try to get through them quick. A new trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This was more of a kind of explaining the story behind it. That there's a super collider machine that basically opens a portal to different universes where there are different versions of Spider-Man between Miles Morales, Peter Parker, Spider-Pig, Gwen Stacy, all this shit. And it looks pretty fun. That movie looks like a lot of fun. Could be like easily one of the best Spider-Man movies ever, if done right. It looks fucking promising. It really does. I'm really actually looking forward to that. New trailer for Bumblebee. Don't care. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. I've never cared for the Transformer movies. I doubt this will turn the series around. I don't understand how the hell they got Haley Steinfeld dragged into this shit. She's such a good actress. And then they also got John Cena, poor guy. Well, it's going to be a big payday, so I guess whatever. Captain Marvel. It's a new Marvel movie. I was right in thinking that Shazam was originally called Captain Marvel, but for some reason they changed the name. So that's really fucking confusing. I don't know. Somebody explain to me why they changed the name. I don't know why, but apparently for some reason they did. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's it's gonna be set in the 90s, and of course, just to show that it's the 90s, that she crash lands in a blockbuster. That's pretty fucking funny. And a fucking CGI of a young Samuel Jackson so it looks like he did in the fucking 90s. That was so fucking uncanny valley. That fucking technology they've been using is fucking amazing. I don't know how, de-aging CGI that they've been using for a lot of these Marvel movies. Apparently, he's gonna be like that the whole movie. That's insane. That's the first time they've ever done that for a whole movie. So that's gonna be interesting if it's gonna look flawless the whole movie, or there's gonna be spots where it looks a little fishy. Wow, that's definitely fucking crazy. Creed 2, a new trailer for that. I'm looking forward to this. I love the first Creed. It was my favorite film of 2015. This looks fucking... this trailer, you can't help but get fucking pumped every time you see it. From the soundtrack to everything. I don't care. If it has a lot of the same stereotypical things you see in these kinds of movies, like the Rocky movies or the first Creed, where there's the motivational speeches from Creed, Stallone, people telling Creed that he can't do it, shit like that. It looks like a lot of fun with Ivan Drago's son versus Apollo Creed's son. That's gonna be fucking fun. I don't care. Like I said, you got Dolph Lundgren coming back, which is awesome. A trailer for Glass. I'm looking forward. That fucking trailer was great. I forgot this was a fucking movie happening, but man, I'm looking forward to this. I've never seen Unbreakable. I'm gonna try to go see that before I see this movie. I fucking love Split though. Man, that trailer was fucking great. I love it. I'm looking forward to that movie fucking a lot. The new M. Night Shyamalan movie that's basically a sequel to Unbreakable and Split at the same time. Fucking can't wait. And then The Girl in the Spider's Web, a new trailer for that. I'm still like kind of bummed that David Fincher never got to finish out these movies with Rooney Mara, but Claire Foy is a good choice, and it's being directed by the guy who made the remake of Evil Dead and Don't Breathe, so that's not a bad choice. So Fede Alvarez, all right, so okay, I can get behind that a little bit. So yeah, yeah, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. I don't know why they skipped a bunch of the books and didn't try to do movie versions of the other books that they haven't done yet, or as far as American versions of those books. I mean, I know there's like Polish versions of it, but there's not been an American version. Like I said, I wish David Fincher would have fucking finished making those movies, but apparently he's never going to do it, which sucks. I love the remake Girl Dragon Tattoo. That was a great movie. So that's as far as trailers go. I'll be back later this week if I'm still fucking alive. Like I said, I'm sorry if I sound like shit, but I'm fucking sick as hell. I'm still recovering. I'm trying to go to work tomorrow. So that I'll be back later this week. I got 3 days off, a 3-day weekend, so I'm going to try to catch up on a lot of shit between some of the horror movies that I'm going to try to do for the month of October. And I think the next one I'm going to try to review is Tales from the Hood 2. And also, next week, I got plans to review, for sure, A Star is Born, which I haven't got to see yet. Goosebumps 2, Bad Times at Del Royale, and First Man. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.